ladies and gentlemen, without taking much of our time, I present to you Professor Musa Aibinu, the principal investigator, Artificial Intelligence for Clean Energy Project, and also the head of the department, Mechatronics Engineering, Federal University of Technology, Mina. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you once more Professor Musa Aibinu. Sir, you have the floor for your presentation. So you have 20 minutes for presentation, 10 minutes for the question and answer session. Sir, your time starts now, sir. Professor Musa Aibinu.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir, you have the floor now, sir, and your time starts now, sir.
Okay, so let me welcome everybody to this talk. Okay. I want you to confirm that you can hear me loud and clear there.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clearly, sir.
Yeah, okay. This morning, I will be talking about acadopreneurship, transforming your final year project into a business startup. So this is just a brief about me. Presently, I'm the head of Department of Mechatronics Engineering, and also the principal investigator for artificial intelligence for clean energy. So this is going to be the outline of my presentation this morning. One, I will be talking about how to launch a startup, and then I will be explaining to us what is acadopreneurship. And then I will move to how you can turn your final year project into a business startup. If you look at the screen or my screen here, for those who are here in the hall with me, some of us may be opportune to know this environment very well. This is Obafemi Awolowo University campus, OAU campus. Thing is, you can pick from those pictures there is that you have a lot of banks on that campus. Even at Federal University of Technology, here, we have banks on our campus. Does that make any sense to you at all? Why? What are they doing on campus? Some years ago, they were not there. But why? Why are they there now? Very easy, very simple. The answer is that they have come to meet their customers. So they are locating now very close to their customer base. So if banks can be coming or can be located on your home campus, then why can't you locate your home business or your own startup campus? This is, you have about these 8 steps, and then you can try it after this talk. You will see these 8 steps. Number 1 is that you need to come up with an enriching idea. Then do a bit of market research. Number 3, prepare your business plan. Number 4, you need to have a team to work with. And then number 5, you need to register your business and then look out for funding as number 6. Then set up the workspace where you will be operating from, and then work on sales and marketing strategy. When you look at all these 8 steps, you can see that as at now that you are graduating, you have all these things at your fingertips. But how? Let's look at the first one. Come up with an enriching idea. That enriching idea I want to discuss this morning is your final year project. So you can see that you have that one already. But what of the market research? Where can you get that? We can teach you that one under Acadopreneurship Startup Loop, and I will be talking more about that. What of preparing your business plan? Yes, you will also learn that. Build your team, incorporate. So you can see that you have all what it takes to register or to launch your what? Startup. But look at the first step there, which is what? Come up with what? An enriching idea. So the enriching idea I want to talk about this morning is your final year project. So I will be talking about the remaining 7 steps. But before going further, why are we into this at all? FUT Minna, that is Federal University of Technology Minna, is one of the fastest growing university in Nigeria. You all know that. And some years ago, we were rated as the fourth university with high employability rate for its graduates. That was as of 2018. So why we are into this is that in the next 5 years, we want to produce more than 100 startup businesses on our campus. That is why we are into this. And we are not looking for something more extraordinary. We are just looking at your final year project. So what problem are we really solving? Yes, there remain a wide gap between a creative idea that we all know and the business, and then problem solving, especially among students. Although some of us might have come up with a lot of business or lot of innovative research project as our final year project, but most of it ends on the shelf. What has happened to those who have graduated before you? Any idea about the final year project? A student approached me some years ago that he saw a very high dosing of the final year project report and less that, what can we do about it? And then we brainstormed and we came up with this. So the whole idea is that let's look at how we transform your final year project into what? Business. So that is what the whole idea. And how do we want to do it? We have a concept that we call acadopreneurship. What? Acadopreneurship. And then acadopreneurship, just the fusion of two words, academia and entrepreneurship. Academia and entrepreneurship. That's how we form acadopreneurship. Academia and entrepreneurship, and we come up with what is called acadopreneurship. So acadopreneurship simply means what? Simply means turning academic ideas, turning your final year project, turning all our research project into what is called viable businesses and startup. That's full meaning of acadopreneurship. And then when you look at the logo, you can see your graduation cap and the rest with the tassel and rest. And then you can see how we want to turn it to dollar, pounds, naira, and euro. That's what acadopreneurship is all about. That is turning what? Academic ideas into what? Businesses. And we want to do this thing by what is called integration and collaboration between we in the academia, government, and the industry. That's what is that's how we intend to do it. And then these are the objectives of acadopreneurship. Number one, to provide an enabling environment capable of nurturing innovative academic ideas and business opportunities from research activities. And then we are also going to create immersion program for students and lecturers and generate employment and offer guidance, training, and coaching in acadopreneurship. And don't forget to create market. When you look at these objectives and the steps you need to take to start your startup or business, you will see that we are on the right track. So this is how to achieve acadopreneurship. We have about five different types or 5 sub-teams under acadopreneurship. The first one is acadopreneurship immersion program. That is academic immersion program, where we have those in the industry coming to campus to share ideas, to teach, and to enhance our curricula. And then we have what is called industrial immersion program. That is sending students, lecturers, and members of this community to industry to go and exchange ideas. But the one that you will be involved with is what we call acadopreneurship startup. About 3-4 weeks ago, we graduated our first set of acadopreneurs, about 35 or 40 of them. So that's what I will be talking about this morning. And then the fourth subsection under acadpreneurship is what we call research engagement for academia and industry experts. And the last one has to do with joint product development. For the industry immersion, it has to do with providing internship opportunity or sending lecturers and students to the industry for cross fertilization of ideas. But the one we want to achieve, or I want to talk about today, is just acadpreneurship startup. And these are the four goals of acadpreneurship. The first one is that we are going to set up and deliver a well-equipped, eco-friendly, and business-enabling incubation hall capable of incubating and nurturing 50 startups at a time. So we are presently working on the incubation and then establishment of 50 successful startup businesses over a period of 5 years. That is 50 times 5, and then you understand. And then generation of what is called 200 direct and indirect employment over a period of 5 years. And how do we intend to do this one? We want to use what is called acadpreneurship startup. When you look at the last one there, the last goal there has to do with conversion of over 500 innovative academic ideas into business ideas over a period of 5 years. In this one, we are just talking about transforming. But the one that involves you is that goal number 2. That is establishment of 50 successful startups business over a period of 5 years. So when you look at that, it means minimally 10 business startups per year. So how are you going to do this? Very easy. And these are part of what we are going to be offering you if you want to convert your final year project into business idea. So that's why I call it, what are we offering you? Number 1, we are going to offer you network of mentors, business coaches, and industry leaders who can support your startup throughout the growth phase. So that is, from your idea stage, we are going to provide mentors for you. And then when you look at the 8 steps I mentioned at the beginning, it has to do with what? Business plan. So we are also going to coach you and teach you how to develop a successful business plan as part of your work. And then you are also going to receive hands-on intensive training on business development, product innovation, branding, and more. And then there will be workshops and marketing opportunity, and then there will be pitching idea. So those are the things we are offering you. And then what of the project timeline? Number 1, one thing we normally do is that we are going to do what is called selection and recruitment phase. There will be advert. Then you will see the advert around where those of us that are interested in turning our final year project into before we now start your mentoring and coaching, and then pitching, selection, and close out. So that's the project timeline. But when you look at the first thing there, apart from selecting you and the rest, part of what we are also going to be offering you, it is what we call your skill set development. The skill set we mean in this is not only about your DYDX that you have learned for 5 years while with us. We mean this 10 skill set. Number 1, we are going to enhance your creativity. so that you can channel this one into your business. Number two, again, we are going to work with you on what is called your emotional quotient, because this is about business. This is about startups. It's no longer about find X if 2 plus X is equal to 10. No, you need more than that. It's not about your intelligent quotient, IQ now. It's about your EQ. And then during the mentoring, the training, and the rest, we are also going to enhance your critical thinking ability. And then we also work with you in developing what is called your active learning with a growth mindset. And then also your ability to make decision will be work on. That's what we call number 5, the judgment and decision making. Then your communication skill, because you need that communication skill for your marketing and we are going to work on that. Next is the leadership skill. We are also going to partner you with some mentors that we train you on how to become a very good leader. And then we shall also be offering you training on cultural and diversity intelligence before hammering on and then improving your technological skills. Most of what you have done for your 5 years has to do more with your technological skills. Yes, you still need it, and we are going to still work on that. And then lastly is that we are going to walk that journey with you in embracing what is called change, because you are moving from what you are used to, which is X and Y, to that terrain that you may not know about. So those are the skills we are going to develop with you. That's the first stage. The second one is we are also going to put you through this process, which will assist you in turning your final year project into startup ventures. Number one is that when you look at the first one, research development and agenda and proposal, you have done that, and that's where you are starting from. You have that one completed already. So the next thing we are going to do is to identify capable partners with you. And then from that partnership, we are going to develop what is called MOU, because basically most of us normally think that what we need is the financial, you need money, but there are some processes that must actually take place before you talk about financial. And then task allocation based on the MOU and less. If your business has to do with industry and so we have to do task allocation. And if your product is about implementation and manufacturing, that's where we talk about implementation and monitoring of whatever you are to develop. When you look at the prototype there, we have two types. We have laboratory scale model, and then we have market-ready prototype. As of now, what's done is an idea stage. So you can say you are just on idea stage. You may need to produce what is called laboratory scale model. But if what you have already is more or less laboratory scale model, then you need to produce what is called market-ready prototype. So market-ready prototype. So what I want to share here is that some of us are on stage 6 already, while some are just on stage 1. But wherever you are, we are ready to go the journey with you. That is on prototype. And after you might have produced the prototype, with us and with you, we are going to do what is called filing for patenting, intellectual property. We have the office here on the same floor with us. So you don't have to go outside this environment. So after you might have patent or have copyright and then get the necessary license, then we cannot be talking about mass production. So these 9 steps they are the steps that we are going to go with you. So before going further, don't forget at the beginning I mentioned these eight steps. When you look at these 8 steps again and what I've mentioned so far, come up with an enriching idea. We believe your enriching idea is your final year project. for the market research, as I've said, is part of the training we are going to offer you under the startup loop. And then for the business plan also comes under. So you can see, build your team. Build your team is one of the steps there, and then incorporate your business. We also have an office that we do that for you here. And then look out for funding. Funding for those who participated in the last startup loop. There was a bit of seed funding from the university, but we are going to do more, and we are going to reach out to others, and then set up the workspace. We now have the incubation hub at the entrepreneurship center, and we are even going to build more. And then what is just left is work on sales and marketing, and then that's also what we are looking at this stage. Please, as I've said, with this one now, we are not only trying to assist you with turning your final year project into startup, but we are also providing linkage for you, that we actually link you with the academia and the industry, and we call that one GIA linkage. The G there stands for government, the I for industry, and the A for academia. So those are the 9 steps that we are looking at here. So the next question, I know some of us we want to ask that, have we taken this part before? Yes, we are presently looking at that. We are presently taking that process for some of our product. Well, so, and then we have some of this that we are trying to turn from academic ideas into businesses. Number one is MOIS, multiple operator SIM card, the intelligent walking stick, the intelligent phone, Pico LED, power bank, and rest. So what is MOIS all about and rest is just to have a one SIM card that has all the network embedded in it. And then this is another one we are working on, which is the training module. Yes, what we are trying to do with that one is also to link, to turn academic ideas into business startup. The MOIS is just it is a concept that we have been working on for the past few years. And then when you pay attention to what is on your screen now, you can see about 4 SIM cards entering one SIM card. That is what MOIS is basically all about, and all are expected to be in a single phone. These have been the steps we have taken so far, and we are almost at the last stage of the process. And we have the intelligent walking stick funded by NCC, and we have one of you just improve on it. No, about 2 of you have been working on it as an extension. So that is just that, and we are in process of also working more and ensuring that we turn that one into what viable startup. What of the Pico LED? Yes, I think some of us work on that. Tyro, yeah. Okay.
Professor Aibinu, please, you have 1 minute.
That is just about. Yes, yes, I know I have 1 minute, but thanks for the reminder. So this one is about the LED module and the rest. So we that are presently engaged on that, we are looking at the development of the market-ready prototype of that one, and also for the laboratory training module. So that's and then this one is about autonomous vehicle. So you might have seen it on your social media, though this one is still far away. We have about 5 steps to take, but we are just on step 1. So the whole idea is that we need to start now, so that we are going to turn some of your final year projects into viable business opportunities. So lastly, it doesn't matter how many resources you have. It doesn't matter your CGPA. It doesn't matter the CGPA you are graduating with. But what is going to be of importance to you now is what you are going to be doing after your graduation. And then what's that thing? We are offering you an opportunity to turn your final year project into startup business. When you look at this man, it's not being wise. Am I right? You need how many ladders, if at all? You need minimally one. Am I right? Or maximally two. But C is not making use of its opportunity. So that's why I show you that picture of banks co-locating on campuses. So if you are thinking of locating outside, getting the rent, why don't you start while here or after this your convocation? It is on this note I say thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Professor Aibinu, for that wonderful presentation.